Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, sim fans, race fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Okay, so United Racing Design have just released a Radical SR3 XXR, as you can see. In the notes, it does say it's free. However, when I add it to the cart, even though I was signed in, it requested some monetary selection. I did like a penny because it said it was free and it went through. I don't know whether the penny has gone through, but you had to put something in that where it says enter your price. It wouldn't allow me to just add to cart and download it unless I've done something wrong. But anyway, whatever, we're there. So I quite like Radicals. We're going to take this around in Assetto Corsa in one of the British track configurations. I don't know what, something like Brands Hatch will be quite apt, as these cars go around there frequently. I do have the other tracks, Donington, I think I've got Thruxton, Alton Park, Snetterton. They're the other tracks off the top of my head where these cars would go around, but I think we'll use Brands Hatch as it's a fairly well-known circuit. You can see here, I'm just reading off the blurb. It's got a new engine, the powering of the major change in, I think, is that 2023? Am I right in thinking that? This is version 1.4, but it does say it goes 232 brake horsepower and a 1500cc engine. It's lightweight. The power to weight ratio exceeds 350 brake horse as per ton. The generation 5 engine. So it's a very light car. It's a one make series. They're not that expensive, as in, you know, I couldn't afford one, but racing in general, if you're going to go do circuit racing, everything's very spec'd. So it is what it is. The XXR is it says it's an enhancing the proven formula of the SR3, an iteration of that one. But we're going to take it round Brands Hatch in Assetto Corsa and see how we go. So here's a quick look at the car in the garage, or the hangar where I'm at today. Very high res looking car. The only downside I would say, and I'm pretty sure if you go on race department you could get these, I haven't looked, but the skins that are included in the United Racing Design car, there's a few skins, about 7 or 8 in total, I'm not a great fan of. I mean, this is the best of what I've found. The others, don't know, doesn't do it for me. Racing Radicals tend to be, from what I've seen on telly, a little bit plainer with the colours. Those modders out there, you're going to have any trouble painting these. I'm not a modder, so I wouldn't know how to do it. But hopefully, I was wondering whether the people out there that know, race department, like I said, is a good resource, will be able to recreate like last year's or whatever, or this year's Radical liveries from the 2022-23 season. I don't know. Not that it makes a lot of difference as in the game, but if I'm going to be using the car, knowing that it's a official livery would be good. But anyway, it's a lovely looking car. You can see it's got some amazing detail. Have a look at that front splitter. That's too much, is it? I don't know. Then you damage that. That's not going to be cheap, is it? It's got a side skirt sort of splitter there. I mean, it looks incredible there. We can see the actual space frame under there. Really good. Rear diffuser. You like it or lump it. It's got air intake here. Well, the air that you can see, that's like an open area on the car. It must have some intakes here somewhere. Well, it's got some here and there. That's where the radiators are. And the air would flow through out the back to cool the rear end. I quite like the wing. It's quite a nice designed wing. It is nice. have to say. So, I wonder if it'll drive as well. Well, we ain't got long to wait. Let me hop in. So, quick look around the cockpit from where I'm sat. Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? Looks pretty neat. Left-hand drive, handy. I've got shifters on both sides of me, but looking at the cockpit, that makes my head go funny. It's going to be paddle shift, so straight off the bat here.
From locking going into Great Hill Bend.
Sounds good. It's got a good weighted wheel. Very high revving engine. See if we can get some heat in the tyres. Fifth gear there. Tyres are still cold anyway. Let's give it another lap or two.
Times quick.
But it's got nice agile steering. So we're just finishing the lap. Tyres are okay. Give it a tidy lap round. Doesn't have a huge amount of power. Revs really high. Feels okay. Trying to use all of the racetrack. Third gear. Don't feel like it's too hard to drive, but you've got to keep the momentum up. So like here, 6th, 5th, back to power, down to 4th gear now, do the curve, and then coming up to what used to be called Dinglesdale. It might still be called that. Bit of curve, a bit wide on the exit. Feels really good. So much so, we'll do another lap. Nice day at Brands Hatch. Typical cloudy. 133.47. Sector 3 is 0.5 off your best. Always zaps the power going up Graham Hill there. Well, that's not Paddock Hill, sorry. Graham Hill, Paddock Hill, Graham Hill, going the other way. It's alright, it's not real. Wrong gear. What a power drive though.
Sector 1 time's okay.
It's just about the right amount of weight on the wheel. You feel that in the corners here. A bit wide than last time, but
Sector 2 is 2/10 off your best.
But it sounds good. Paddle shift, 6 speed. A little bit of oversteer, which you can correct. Tyres are warming up slowly. Very wide there, but perfect line there. And across the line.
Time was at 133.00. Good lap.
Here we are, starting the last lap. The lights are on, didn't realise that, but United Racing Design, Radical the new one that's come out around Brands Hatch. So I can tell you now, the car feels really, really good. It turns in on the power. It has got a lot of grip. It does require a bit of finesse going on the power and out of the corners. There's Graham Hill Bend. Trying to use all the track, keeping the revs up. A late apex here on 30s. And onto the main straight. Pilgrim's Drop is where Johnny Herbert had his awful accent here back in the day. A fast right-hander, Hawthorne's Bend. Went a bit wide on that exit there, so but still controllable. Tighter right-hander. That's Westfield. So Dingledale. Nice. So that's Sterling. Again, it could have gone a bit wider coming out. And this is the that's Clearways. It was Clearways. And it was wide on the exit of Clark Curve. But perfectly done. Let's corner. I have actually been around Brands, and you take like a very peculiar line to get the perfect line around to get onto the main straight, and it does require you to come right out wide. I probably was a little bit too, was it right on the line? Yeah, you couldn't go much wider than that. Any wider and you're off. So was there dust? Did I see chalk dust? No, I don't know. Anyway, so this Radical by United Racing Design, it's a new car that's come out free of charge, although I did pay 1p for this. It kind of, you know, out of the box, fantastic. Very revvy. You've got to keep the car high in the rev range to get the most out of it. Doesn't have much power low down. It's got a lot of torque, has a lot of grip. The hand-cooked tyres on there didn't really warm up. I suppose, you know, if they was nice and hot and sticky, it'd be a completely different experience. But even so, an official Radical from United Racing Designs for Assetto Corsa. So we took it round for a quick blast around Brands Hatch, a typical track where this car would be raced in the UK. Yeah, I like that. So I would recommend you pop along to United Racing Design. I will put a link in the description for you to have a look at. It's not going to cost you anything, bar 1p in the UK, unless I'm doing something wrong, but it did cost a small transaction, but nothing worth worrying about. May as well have been free. It does say free in the email, but pop along, see what you think. But you can see there from that car going around that track, incredible. I like it. Fantastic. So that'll do for me for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you liking, subscribing and putting on your notifications. Very slowly my head count is going up. I am covering sim racing and RC. Take a look at my LMP videos. Actually taking part in the BRCA round, hopefully involving a few more club meetings around the country as time goes on. But yeah, very interesting. So that's it for now. Appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Any feedback greatly appreciated, but I shall see you soon, and goodbye for now.